Dealing with some tech trauma. I'm so tired of living like this. So I have this task list that I've used them for years as a way to, as a reminder of things that I need to get done, calls I need to make, people I need to contact or whatever. And a lot of the things that are on my task list don't get done in a timely manner because of tech trauma. And, you know, the inability to talk to a real human being is a real pain in my ass. And I'm sure it is for a lot of people. It's at the core of the tech trauma around my experience with T-Mobile and Sprint. And I was trying to have a new card sent to me from the bank because Jermaine had to cancel a few months ago because I didn't have access to any of my logins, so I could not update information on our streaming accounts and things like that. And so he just canceled it so that all of the services would be terminated, and then, you know, we didn't have to worry about it anymore and we could just start over. But I have not called to have a new card sent to me because of my tech trauma, and I don't need it. But, you know, I do kind of need it because now I'm trying to schedule these doctor's appointments and things like that, because I need to find a provider who can help me with medication for pain when I have pain. That's the only reason I typically will go to a doctor. But I have to reinitiate that process because I'm in more pain now than I have ever been in my entire life, and I don't have a provider who I trust yet again. So that's also part of my trauma, my medical trauma. And when I call, they ask me, it's always automated, and, you know, say my voice is my password. And, you know, I haven't set up any kind of voice recognition before, so, but I did it because I have to get through the process to be able to talk to a person so that I could get a card sent to me. And ultimately, you know, they couldn't verify me with the automated whatever, let me get you over to a customer service person. And then I wasn't even put on hold. It was like, we're experiencing a unusually high level of call level, and not even, we're gonna put you on hold. It was call back later. And I cannot, that is probably the worst thing for any person who is trying to get something done, because it's still not done. Like, I made the effort to get the task completed, and I still haven't completed it. And that is a huge part of my trauma. I cannot stand for shit to just sit unresolved, which is why I have a task list. You know, I put things on the task list because I need to get things done. Everyone does. And I don't function in this world as an isolated person by myself. Although sometimes, like now, I wish I did, because it's like, you know, I can't get anything accomplished because I have to deal with this centralized system where you can't actually talk to a person. And then, you know, you have to weigh in with the trauma. Do I need to go to the place? And then I can't tell you how many times in the last several years I've actually gone to the place, and at the place they still could not help me after, you know, an hour, 2 hours, out at the place. So and then I have to leave, and I still haven't accomplished what it is I set out to accomplish. And this is an aspect of being in a militarized zone, because they want us to believe that our lives are functioning like normal, so that nobody jumps up and runs off, and then they don't have anybody here who can pay city taxes and all that other kind of stuff. But it is a false reality. I mean, you cannot function in a normal, healthy way without having to deal with all of this other rigmarole that's completely unnecessary. I'm trying to, I don't have access to any of my stuff. I have to go through somebody, whether it be on an automated system, or if I go into the place, somebody who doesn't have access to what I need or whatever have you. And I don't want to live like this anymore. This is not paradise. There's nothing paradise-like about anything around my life right now. Nothing. And I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't. I really don't. I hate it here. But in terms of this centralized governance and centralized commerce, where can you go and not have to be subjected to it? I mean, what the hell do people, I mean, what the fuck are people getting paid for? To complicate people's lives when they call them on the phone, to halfway not even know what the hell you're doing yourself? I mean, I don't know what the government really expects people to tolerate. That's why the environmental contaminants and all of that, they put drugs and chemicals and things in the drinking water, and and they do these chemtrails because to try to keep people high, I guess, so that they don't complain, or they just kind of settle for whatever, and and don't try to kill themselves or kill each other, because they still need people in order to, serve them. So I'm just like, I don't want to live like this anymore. There is a better place, but most of y'all can't be there. And the reason you can't be there is because you cannot leave a place you have destroyed or have contributed to being destroyed, which is what you're doing with these, all this automated shit and all of this, you keep developing all these convenience tools and all of this. You are contributing to the ongoing destruction and proliferation of all of the problems that are going on, because people like me can't get a damn doctor's appointment made or get a debit card sent to their house. So I have to spend all this damn time and energy trying to get that accomplished, so that you can do what? I don't know what you do with the money that you make, making my life more complicated, developing all this shit. So you cannot leave a place that you have contributed to destroying and go to another place and not also destroy it. Because how would you not do that? You don't know how to not do that. You can't do that in the place that you are. So when it gets all fucked up and you don't want to be there anymore because the environment is awful and you can't breathe, and your neighbors are shooting up the place or whatever have you, and then you leave and try and go to another place that's nicer because the people there know how to take care of it and they care about each other and they work together as a community, you're going to settle yourself right there and fuck that place up too. So how do you think that you're going to die and go to another place that's perfect? And you're going to show up, and with what? What do you think when you die, your brain just automatically transforms into a person who knows what the hell they're doing and knows how to treat people and knows how to treat the community around them? It doesn't work like that. That doesn't even make sense. And I do not want to live like this anymore. I just need to say that. This is trauma. This is trauma, and it's your fault. I blame you. The next few screenshots are from research that I was doing in 2022. And I need for some people to understand that you may be stupid, but I am not. And there are people who absolutely know exactly what all of this is. For those of you who don't, I need for you to be smarter than your smart devices and to first just consider what you're seeing and then research whatever it is you feel you aren't sure about. Because it's not that hard. I also need for people to understand that whether you are 17 or 77, If you are involved in colluding in any of this, regardless of what you believe about me, please know you are on my do not admit upon arrival list.